And we can just dance the night away until we get no more. I'll shake all the hurt away so you can feel and forget who you used to be. For just tonight, could you just dance the night away?
Alright, let's go avenge his mother now, I think. Since we've already kind of been over there. Might as well. Earlier when I was talking about how I feel like my growing pains with Guild Wars 1 isn't as bad as with Guild Wars 2. I know a lot of people, when they watch me stream this or watch the recordings, they're like, man, she's so hateful. Or it's very negative sounding. You think that's bad? That's tame compared to what it was like when I first started with Guild Wars 2. You can ask my husband. It was bad. Like, I was... hold up. Oh, sorry, I saw two of them. It was pretty bad. Quarrying up the cliff. Let's see the movie. Okay. Like, it was pretty bad because I was very easily... I was very insecure. When I play games and I mess up and I don't do good, I was very insecure. That I still get insecure, but I was really bad when I first started. Okay, we're not going to do that. That was my own fault because I was distracted, but I'm not... We're not going to... We're just right here, so there's no point to that. Where's the door? Really? Okay, I didn't realize it was over this way. I wasn't paying attention to where the door was, because I was already kind of standing there, but it's fine. Anyways, but, like, I was very insecure as a gamer, and I wasn't, like, comfortable with, doing multiplayer games, because I had played a lot of single-player games. And I hadn't had to play with people. And it's embarrassing, right, when you mess up, right? And so with Guild Wars 2, I was expecting people to be nasty about it. And I was expecting people to be, to think little of me. Or bad of me for, certain things. We'll just get the one closest to us. So I expected, that. And because of that, I didn't put my best foot forward, and I would act out when stressed, or I'd get a little mouthier than I actually intended to. I'd never bully anyone or anything, but I would curse a lot more than I would like to, or... I'd mutter under my breath, or I'd say things about how I hate this game, or whatever, and I don't. But, I would get a little salty. There's the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to think of the word. It wasn't hateful as much as it was salty. Right? Because it does. It kind of weighs on your ego when you're a gamer and stuff, especially if you're used to playing one-player games, and you're used to playing solo. And now I'm in this big area, and everyone can see me on the map be dead, and it's very embarrassing. If you feel like you got your pants caught, like you've been caught with your pants down, it's very embarrassing. But the reality is, and it took me a while, and it took me getting into a guild and getting friends in a guild to realize that no one in Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars 1 cares that you fall down. It happens, and it's kind of to be expected. Falling down is part of learning, and it's part of leveling up and getting stronger, right? But it was harder at first. We're gonna wait. I was hoping they would not see us right away, but it's fine. But it's one of those things that was different about being in an MMO versus with other players in the open kind of realm. So I feel like, despite the fact that Guild Wars 1 has been a little bit more difficult for me versus Guild Wars 2, starting out, I feel like I haven't been as upset with it as I probably would have if I had started it versus with Guild Wars 2. So I think Guild Wars 2 and the Guild Wars 2's community essentially has simmered me out enough where I don't, even if I get a little frustrated and get mouthy with it, I'm not going to give up. I might cry about it later. but I'm not gonna give up. I'm just gonna be like, this sucks. Okay, fine. I'll come back 2 days later and we'll do it again. Run it again. I like that. I feel like it's one of the positive things I think Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 1 has put into play for me. personally, is the idea that it sucks, and sometimes your day just sucks, and sometimes everything just doesn't work out. But that doesn't mean you should give up completely. You just log off that day, and then you log on back later, and then try again. Round 2. It's nice. And like I said, no matter how you look at it, whether you like Guild Wars 1 or Guild Wars 2 more, I think both have so much good opportunities and good communities to work with. It's amazing. I don't want to talk to you. I really wanted to hit things, but I bumped him. I clicked on him, and that's the problem. I'm being sappy while trying to kill things like a moron, you know? I actually do need to play World vs. World. I actually am. I have literally built. Okay, I have been privately getting gear for it, so now we have all of the gear for my NG to go with World vs. World. He doesn't have his trinkets. His backpack is fine. He doesn't have like the rings and stuff. So that's the next thing, is to get him rings and to get him little accessories. I don't know how. I haven't decided how I'm gonna do accessories. I thought about we were gonna do guild missions on the weekend this week, so I could do some of them via that. But you know, it really depends on how much I like. It really depends on how far we get with guild missions, because some people don't have the waypoints and stuff, and it can be a little bit of a nuisance if you don't have waypoints. You know what I mean? Like, it's no shade to guildmates and whatnot. I'm just saying it can be kind of a nuisance if you don't have the stuff that you need. Can we get one of these spellcasters? I'm gonna keep doing that. It's a medic. Get the medic! Get the medic. Yeah, that was relatively okay. Oh, he dropped a legendary. It's mine. I think I picked it up. What was it? Okay. So, are we heading back now? Oh no, we're just walking him back to his dead mom's body. That's sad. Suppose there's no real way to say, be sure these were who killed my mother, but I heard it was still lady at their glad in their death, by their deaths. The world is better to place without any of them. Yeah, okay, that's understandable. Well, also it's kind of like we don't know, but also like the only other thing out here that might have killed her would be the alligators, you know. And the alligators were not threatening, so I don't think it was the alligators. Sorry, I was looking to see if we had anything that was crazy, so we're gonna go back. But yeah, so I think it's cool. I think it instilled quite a big learning mentality with me. It's also part of the reason why whenever I do trainings for strikes and fracks in Guild Wars 2, I'm always trying to reaffirm to everybody that it's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to be sad about not being good at things or falling down when you feel like everyone else isn't, because a lot of times it's just having better armor, better gear, etc, etc, and it's so sometimes it's not really you. We had a guild member who kept falling down to fractals in T1s, and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, well, you don't have a full build. You're not playing DPS or heal. He had like a mixed match of whatever he was wearing. Some of it was even rares and not exotics, so he wasn't like geared up to the teeth, and so it happens. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He'd never done any of them before, and so he didn't understand the mechanics. And sometimes mechanics in Guild Wars 1 and 2, I think, sometimes they have to smack you in the face before you're like, oh, that's what they meant when they said don't touch orbs. Oh, that's what they meant when they said green. Oh, like, people are like that with Bone Skinner. Like, I've had so many people be like, I'm so stupid, I'm so sorry, I messed it up. when we're doing training for Women's Skinner. I'm like, this is learning. You just learned about the fingers. You just learned about spheres. You're good. This is progress. It's rich in history, very rich. You could tell me, I could tell you stories. Just getting paperwork to study the ruins. Okay. You are my guide? Excellent. After the guard told me about changes, I almost gave up a hope on my research. Most of the area has been scourged for years, but there's one section I am particularly interested in searching. It's only mentioned a few times, but it seems to have a relics. I've shown you the general area, but if you would like to lead the way and take care of any of those nasty beasts, and pirates the guard mentioned, I'll make it worth your while. Okay. So we're over here. Okay, it's not too far away. I mean, it's not that it matters if it's too far away, but you know what I mean. It's not that bad. We'll go back here. But yeah, like it's something that like I remember being frustrated. I had one guy. He was like, "I'm never gonna be good at this. This is horrible," and I'm like, I remember feeling that way, but I assure you, you'll be fine. And he came back after 2 weeks. He was doing fractals, and he started playing fractals, not just by... It was a different guy, this one, that was getting frustrated with fractals. We taught him how to do the T1 fractals from 1 to 20, because he just happened to come with us on enough dailies to figure it out. And at least half of them he ended up getting as a daily. And after that, he came back a week later and said, I've been doing them daily and running with random people. He goes, on T1, he's like, I now get it. And he's like, I feel bad for... He came to apologize to me and the guild, and not just me, but the guild group in general, saying he's sorry for getting mouthy, because he wasn't being mouthy with anyone. He was just, like, cursing a storm in guild chat. And he felt like he might have cross the line. I'm like, it's okay to vent. Other people were venting with you. They're like, yeah, that guy is horrible in this fractal, whatever. It was really sweet because I'm like, no one blamed you. Some of them were a little mad that you continued to carry the conversation for a little bit, but they just kind of let it be. You know, they're just like, he kind of like let it go for a while, but whatever. You know, it wasn't like anyone actually got upset. They were just like, everyone has their turn. Everyone has their ranting turn. He just happened to wear the hat that day. That was all it's to it. But I was like, no one got offended. I said, no one got offended. They understood that you were having a bad day. And you're not having a bad day now, so there you go. Like, it's not like you complain all the time, and, like, it was a very rare, like, moment for him to be complaining. He's like, yeah, that's fair, I guess. Because normally he's very chill. Like, he's very chill, lay back. He gets very, like, frustrated when he's confused about stuff, and I'm the same way, so I know exactly that fuming, like, I don't get it, why is this so mean to me, kind of mentality. Anywho, but he got really good, and now I believe he just does fracs, and he's at T3 or something like that. It's insane. He's done so good for himself, by basically learning the basics and then moving up from there. Okay, so... yeah, move a little further around. Okay, cool. Try to see... I guess that doesn't really matter. I try to see which side, because this looks like a path, but it's not. I guess this is the path. It's fine. It is dark. It is dark. But it's still kind of cool. That one's gonna be, it looks like a pain, because I see a lot of red dots on it. Unless they're spiders, then that's probably not bad. Probably pirates, honestly. But yeah, so, yeah. It's hard when you first learn, and I feel like Guild 1 and Guild 2 are very good communities to be learning things about that, about calming down and relaxing, or at least calming down and trying to be a little reasonable, vent a little bit, obviously get it out of your system, and then move to improvements. Also, this scythe is working great. I like this lineup I've got going on. Is it the most effective? Probably not. But I'm not fighting against people, I'm fighting against NPCs, and so as long as the NPCs don't figure out what my plan is, we are golden. And they'll figure it out once we get to level 20, because you know as soon as we hit 20, they're gonna somehow be geniuses. You know? That or I just get stupider. We don't know. It's one of the two. Maybe a combination of both. Okay. So we got the cutthroats. Let me stay here. I'm gonna bait the spiders over, I think. Yeah. Well, I was gonna do that, but he's over there. I figured we get rid of the spiders and then we can get rid of the corsets. I bumped the wrong one. That's okay. He certainly is sturdy, so I'm happy about that. Okay, there we go. Now we can just go up to them and start picking fights. It's not my most favorite thing to do, but it'll be okay. Oh, that scream. I love it. It's funny. So we have to lead to 3 of them. So we got 1 that we've led to. And this is the second one? Maybe? Okay, cool. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, it's either that this is our second one or it's our third one. It's one of the 2. Alright, there we go. Honestly, you know what? Considering that I didn't get very much sleep, I didn't get like, I got like 2 hours of sleep and that's it. Considering, I think I'm doing pretty good. Like on energy levels. This is good. It's a blessing in disguise. Yes, that game, I am aware that I've played a little bit over an hour. That's the whole point. We play an hour of Guild Wars 1 today. Vroom vroom! Make way! The DPS bus is here. Oh, speaking of that, like, I started looking up, tutorials. I was looking at Muckluck's, like, tutorials on it, for the wing raids, because the guild's gonna try and do a wing raid on Friday, and we'll try and just, if no one wants to do it guild-wise, I'm still gonna run it with randoms and stuff for training. Like, I want to do raids, and we'll see who wants to come and join us. But I was looking at the thing, because I have played this particular raid, I haven't been the one leading it. So I started looking at it and getting all these details, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so long. It's so long. Like, I know it's long, but, like, it's so long. I'm so glad that I gave it, like, I think it's got, like, 3 hours for it or something. It's either 3 hours or 2 hours, one of the 2 things. But, I was, like, looking at it, I'm like, it's not hard, it's just a lot. And I have to find a way to, like, dumb it down. Like, in the sense of, like, I have to try, my goal is to try and get to, like, explaining mechanics in 1 sentence or less on each mechanic. You want more? Do you want the green as well, or just that? They're both there. Yeah, there's some there and there's some in the kitchen. Either way. Whichever is more convenient. Do you have a favorite flavor yet?
All flavors are equal to me.
I just didn't know if you had a favorite. My mom and dad always had different favorites.
I try not to stick with a favorite flavor because, I will tend to like drink that a lot, so I try to make as much as equal to me.
Well, that's my mom was always got the variety packs for that reason, because she then could. Well, she likes the variety. I personally am like that too. I'll like obsessively drink one thing and then I'll change my tune a little bit. I'm trying to find. There's like a hallway here and I can't see it. Let me see. Maybe yeah, I'm not turning it sharply. Okay, it's dark and the sunlight is shining on my monitor. And is making it dark. I'm not complaining though. I like the region, so I'm okay with it being all, dark and blotchy and everything like that. It's just the sun's on my monitor. I'm not blind intentionally. It's just for me, it's really dark. And I could technically watch OBS instead of watching the monitor that actually has the game on it, but that requires me to turn my head, and it's already hard enough trying to keep it under my, like, keep my fingers where they're supposed to be at. Alright, got one more. Cool. Not that that's a complaint. That's not anyone else's problem. It's not anyone else's problem, but it is what it is in the matter. Huh. Okay, so they're attacking us now. They definitely came out after us, which is interesting. What do you want from us? What do you want from us? Well, I'm gonna take the change out of your pocket. But yeah, so anyways, I was taking notes on it from Mutluck's video, and I'm just sitting here like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna move it down to like one sentence to explain some of these mechanics? And I've just decided that I'm gonna do it in phases. That, or I'm gonna see if I can try and get people in voice chat so they can hear me, and then I can explain it a lot better. But I think the first fight I've got down. I've taken notes for the first one. I think the second one I can also take down. It's really not, the second one's not that hard. The third one is gonna be an issue with the raid boss. It's gonna be an experience. I'm surprised he hasn't died. I mean, I'm not complaining, but damn. Maybe he has went down, I just haven't noticed it. Because I've not been paying attention to him specifically, I've been paying attention to everybody else. Okay, so we're just going back now. Okay, cool. We looped him around on his little tour. This is a good group that I have going. The monk, the brawler, and the earth. I think the monk and the monk that I have here and the monk that's in my team are very useful with each other. And then I myself have some monk skills as well. So it helps. Our healing is good, is basically what I'm getting at. Yeah, cool. I think we've made it back around relatively good. See, I like how like it all loops back around. You know what it also makes me think of? It makes me think of Guild Wars 2, but in the it makes me think about the Tangled Depth, you know, or the maze under the Silver Waste, you know. Okay, I didn't know if I had to take him all the way back in or if he was gonna run in himself. I think he's gonna run in himself. Okay. Seaguard, whatever for your reward. Okay, so he's inside. So I remember last time I walked in, and when I did that, it caused an issue. So I was waiting for him to kind of get close enough to it to see if it would matter, and I did. So I'm glad I did. Alright, I have so much stuff in my inventory. I think I have a full inventory again. I'm gonna have to start figuring out how to get bags. Let me see about identifying this. Oh my goodness. Of divine favor. Ooh. If this goes on your health. Do you have divine favor as a thing for you? I can't remember if I actually made him use divine. He does. He's got divine. Okay, so this might be a good thing to use for him. Because it's a legendary, so it just does more health damage. Let me see. It can go on chest, leg. I'm probably gonna put on his chest. I'm gonna wait though to put on him because I feel like it'll be useful if I wait. I don't know if I need to actually give them better gear, like armor and stuff. I mean, I probably do, but I don't remember. check the shield that we have here. Luck of the draw. Receive physical damage. Received physical damage -5. Okay. 80% value. It's kind of okay. It's not bad. It's not great either. Okay, so he's also, I just realized he's also gotten leveled up. Not time frame, we're gonna do that. I think that'll be good for him. I've just been kind of having her do these 3. I need to load these 2. Actually, let me level up his tactic more. And I have just been leveling up those 3. Oh, hold up, not that one. Let me do this one. There we go. I have some ones that I'm using for what's the word I'm looking for? I have a lot more wind skills than I do just basic scythe skills. Okay, I'm gonna sell these. I know I can break them down for materials, but I don't. I need some space. Oh, I think I sold something by accident. I think I sold this, whatever that was. But that's okay. I'm not really worried about that. It's a legendary bow, and I don't think I could get much. I don't think it would have given me much. Strength of the honor. 50% attract and I wonder if I could put that on my other guy. On this guy. I don't know if I can put it on his weapon. Is it weapon or armor it's on? It's a description for a weapon. Oh, I don't know. Oh, there we go. I was like, okay, that's why. Okay, so yeah. What does he have now on it? He has 13 damage on it when stance with stance. Does he use a stance? I don't think he does. I'm actually gonna put this on there because why the stance one is cool. The health one makes more sense since he's a DPSer. Cause he's gonna hit things a lot more, and therefore he's going to be fighting things a lot more. Okay, we're gonna get rid of these as well. No, I'll wait with that. Let's see if I can keep that shield. Do I have anything else? We'll keep these ones for a little longer because that can go out. I can put this in there then. There we go. Okay. And I still have that bow. I with the bows, I don't want to throw them away in case I need them. I don't really know what I'll need and what I won't need. Alright, let's go turn this mission in before I totally forget. And then just be like, yeah, what was I doing? Oh, yeah. I was trying to get money. Must have got more than expected out there. I barely saw him as he ran through. He did ask me to give you this for protecting him while he did his research thing. He was rambling quite a bit, and I wasn't paying close attention, but he did seem really excited to be back in Vibobwan. I wonder what got him so riled up. Oh, well, I've never understood people, so who get excited on a pile of rocks anyways. Probably the same reason you get excited over working out and doing, drills. Because he's a soldier. Or a guard. Okay. Ooh, let's grab this. Let's grab his mission. Since we're here. Let's see what you want. You're a necromancer. What you need? Spirits of the Sunspear Crypt have become increasingly disturbed. Now they refuse to even speak with us. We've sent for a specialist, necromancer, dedicates decades of experience communing with the dead. We hope she'll be able to soothe the spirits and discover what has them so troubled. Is in her years and has to request an escort. Ah, so you want me to escort the experienced ma'am over. Okay. We're gonna see if we have any more missions here before I swap games, since we're at the end of our rope for today. And I think, honestly, that is it. I think there isn't that many people here on this one. There might be more elsewhere. He's over there. He doesn't have a mission on him. Like in the other areas, like over here somewhere. Anyways, so we're gonna swap out. We're gonna move to Rise of Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then it'll be Skyrim, Hades, and Guild Wars 2.
And we can just dance the night away until we get no more. I'll shake all the hurt away so you can feel and forget who